guys, DM Philosopher here, Matt's the name. Just going to go over my latest pack here. What we've got is the second part of a Volcano series of 5 maps. This is part 2, which is the Ravine, which is as you're heading through and up the mountain, you're heading through mountainous ravines. There are 3 versions in this map, ranging from no lava, some lava, and lots of lava. Okay, so if they're heading up the volcano, they could get familiar with the territory when it's not erupting, and then you can surprise them with an eruption or something like that, just to screw with your players with the dangerous stuff that lava is. Anyway, let's jump in and have a look at the maps. So this is the Ravine. So we've got players entering either side, really. It doesn't dictate which way you're going, but you've got a ravine that sort of winds its way along, and you've sort of got a sub path this way. You've got points of higher ground, which is good for ambushes, controlling terrain and something like that, and plenty of rocky sort of areas for climbing and something like that. There's a little rocky staircase sort of leading up to this high ground here, but not so with the others. So that is the basic ravine. You can see that there's sort of little nooks and crannies here and there as well, just good hiding places, good places for ambushes, and something like that. Love ambushes. So what we've got is the gridded map here. We've got the gridless map, we've got the nighttime gridded map, and then the nighttime gridless map, and then we head into version 2. So this has got some lava, so you can see that lava sort of pooling in all these areas and oozing down into the ravine, you know, from higher ground and streaming down into the lower ground and so on. So this is the only actually there's high ground here and high ground here that doesn't have any lava, and this high ground and that high ground is semi covered in lava. So that is the gridded map. We've got the gridless map, the nighttime gridded map, and then the nighttime gridless map. And then we head into version 3, which is sort of full lava, really. So you'd imagine that if the players are trying to escape the mountain and the eruption is going full tilt, then they have a problem in their hands. They're going to have to get over there somehow, whether it involves a lot of horrible climbing checks or jumps and something like that. That is up to them, I suppose. But this is sort of full eruption state, pretty dangerous stuff, but great for your players and so on. So that's the gridded map. We've got the gridless map, the nighttime gridded map, and the nighttime gridless map. So that is the 3 maps in the version. We've got point of view shots, so covering the 3 different versions. So we've got the basic ravine, sort of moving through the ravine. You can see the volcano in the background there as they're heading towards it. You can sort of see the higher ground as well. It's not inherently obvious, and nor would it be in the mountains that there's much above there. So an astute player looking at a handout might get the sense that there's a bit of higher ground over here. The point of view shots really do make great player aids as well, just so you can sort of set the scene and point out maybe where they are. So say the players are down here on the map, then you could say an ambush comes from on top, and then you can show them the picture just to show them the sort of the height differentials and so on like that. So this is the daytime ravine. This is the nighttime of the ravine. You can see that the volcano is still present there with the eerie glow coming from it. And then we will get into version 2 point of view shots. So the version 2 point of view shots really just cover the lava as opposed to the basic ravine, but you definitely get a sense that of the lava spilling out and creating hazards for the players. The mid eruption state is still a good state. It's a bit easier to get around. You have a few climb checks on opposing cliffs and something like that. So it's still challenging. If you've got lower level play, then maybe don't run into the full eruption state, because it is quite dangerous, not unless they've got ways of escaping it. So do assess your players' capabilities before you throw them in there. And then we get to the full eruption state. So it's a sea of lava through the middle of the ravine. You've got lava spilling down. sort of filling it up and making it move. As a DM, obviously, you could make that lava flow progress in terms of the distance. And we've got the same shots at nighttime with the nighttime filter. So that is part 2 of the Volcano series. Part 1 being the heading into the mountains, the base path. This is the ravine, and the next one is the tunnels entrance. You can find this on RPG Now. I'll post a link for it underneath my YouTube clip. But otherwise, I hope this is helping you flesh out your campaign with 5 maps with 3 different states. If you get all of them, then you can really run a rich encounter. Very good if your players are basing from one location and they get to know their surrounds. Then you can get them to know the volcano before it erupts and then have it erupt. But anyway, I hope that enriches your gaming experiences, and happy gaming, people.